Hi, it's me, Errol Lawson, here back again in Paris with a friend of mine, Steve Lawson, who I've met here in Paris at the TIA 2020 Global Leadership Summit. So, Steve,
hello.
How are you?
I'm very good. It's very nice to meet my long-lost brother, Errol.
Yes, our namesake.
The family resemblance was apparent immediately, so yeah, that was useful.
Now, Steve's doing some great things around the world, like amplified.co.uk.com.
Amplified10.com.
Yeah.
Amplified 11 eventually will catch up with the new year.
Yeah, doing great things in the world of internet and social media. Seriously, literally bringing change to the whole kind of sector, if you like, and society by what he's doing. I love it. We're talking about leadership, young people, youth of today. Let's look at social media. How can social media be used as a tool for social change?
Social media has a few qualities that work particularly well in that context. One of which is that it's very meritocratic. That rather than you having to kind of work your way up through a hierarchy in order to be heard, if you put an idea out there and it's liked, it gains gravity. That the process of things being distributed, becoming memes, or going viral, I think is the way that a lot of people talk about this. That actually that process is one that means that something can become significant within a culture or an environment very quickly indeed. So, there are examples of people and entities becoming involved in political processes without having to qualify for that in the kind of old school way where you would form an organisation and apply for funding and do all that. Actually, now by having an idea, that idea can have its own gravity. And that's incredibly disruptive. And disruption is the second part of this. That because it cuts across all of that, it is a disruptive technology, and that in the best sense, that you are able to cut through people's preconceptions about how these kind of relationships are meant to be formed, and so actually you end up talking to people on a different level. So in my own work, I've done a lot of work with politicians now. Despite I don't have a politics degree, I don't work for a political organisation. I just have ideas, and I've sent them to them via Twitter and Facebook, and that's moved to email, and I've been invited to speak in Parliament as a result, or in the Houses of Parliament, not actually in session, but as part of an all-party working group on the Digital Economy Act. And that was because my ideas had value of their own, and I didn't need to earn any other right beyond that. That had its own gravity. Does that make sense?
So what was the process then? So say I'm a young person here, I've got an idea similar to that, and I want change. I want something to happen. I want to make something happen. I want to create a movement even. What's the process?
I think the first and foremost, it's about the integrity of the idea. That actually the desire for change is understandable and recognisable, but it's not what makes what you do important. That you wanting to be heard doesn't make you being heard important. It's just a reflection of your own desire. So the value of it is going to be recognised by others, not by you. So it's not about marketing in a kind of traditional sense. It's about developing those ideas and making them available, making them findable. And one of the key concepts within the social media environment is aggregation. That things get pulled together in groups and filtered. For example, on Twitter, people use hashtags to follow content about a particular topic. So, for example, for this event that we've been at here, the tag was Wanted Now. And if you search for Wanted Now, if someone was at home and was 12 and had ideas about cultural development, they could tweet with that hashtag, and their ideas would become part of the output from this event. It's very democratic in that sense. There's a democracy of access, but then a meritocracy of kind of of significance. That if those ideas are good, if someone tweets nonsense, it just disappears in the timeline. But if it's good, it's going to get flagged up time and time again and brought into the specific output from the event. And so that happened for me with the Digital Economy Act. That the hashtag on Twitter was DE. It was DE Bill because before it was an act. It was a bill of Parliament, the Digital Economy Bill, DE Bill. So I was posting ideas and my experiences as a musician, which had their own gravity. I didn't do it with a view to becoming part of the political process. I did it because I felt it was important. Because other people agreed with my take on it and felt that was an integral part of the conversation that happened around that. There were politicians who were able to make that connection between me and the process that I couldn't have made myself. There was no way I could force myself into that process. But by making my ideas available, the value that they had to others drew me into that process.
Awesome. That's great, Steve. Well, thanks for sharing that, mate. And hopefully we'll hear more of you. It's Amplified.
Amplified10.com.
Amplified10.com. Cheers, mate.